Hey, Dylan with XXL Land Services here. Just pulled up to today's job and did a lot of work at this job. I wish we would have started this whole filming thing when I started this job, because I took the property and it started looking like that, and now it is 6,500, roughly 6,500 square feet of terraces for gardens. So I came through, I cleared everything, mulched everything down, built the terraces, and today we're getting 70 yards of black dirt delivered. I'm gonna, what's the word I'm looking for? Spread it out for them, and then after that, put the mulch down. And the mulch here, let's see, these piles, there, and then there's a few more over there. That is from clearing. So I ran my mulching head on this job, able to mulch down all the cedars, which actually worked the best because we wanted to keep as much of the root system in the ground because it is on a hillside. I'm gonna throw the drone up, get some nice aerial shots because he has an amazing view from this property, and then we'll go walk the job and kind of show you guys what I did. Like I said, when I started, all this looked like this. I've probably been working here 6 days on and off, not consecutive. We do a part, then I'd be out the next job, do a part, be out the next job, so on and so forth. This is probably the third phase, if you will. But take you back a little bit when I first started clearing this. That was my access point, and none of that was there. It actually looked more like that. It was just a ditch. I probably dropped off about 2 foot. And even though I got the big tracks in that machine, it was not gonna make it through that. So basically what I had to do was bring railroad ties in, put railroad ties down as make a little bridge. Because he didn't know if he wanted to put a washout in or not. I eventually decided to do that just because between these two houses, all the water runs. It's gonna run right through down here into the ditch. So we ended up deciding to put 1 to 2 inch crushed limestone down, help prevent that. Plus, then if he needs to, he can get his truck up here to maintain his gardens. It's gonna be a lot of garden work for him. But back to the clearing part, that probably took about 2 days, and it was rough. It was actually my first job with the mulching machine. I actually bid this job out before I even had that machine. I knew I was getting it, but I didn't have it. Nothing was signed, so it was kind of those cart before the horse type situations, and luckily it worked out pretty good. But came through, cleared it, and it might be hard to tell on camera, but it's steep. I mean, it's really steep, and it was a little nerve-wracking first time running that machine and not really knowing how it handles or where the tipping point is. Luckily I haven't found that yet, but I've come close a few times. Definitely come close a few times. So after we cleared it, the second step was to evaluate the property and figure out where we could put terraces. He had an idea of where he wanted it, but he was open to suggestions. So I told him the best option, let's clear the land and let's see what the earth tells us, I like to say. Because you might have an idea, I want to put it right here, but it might be better 3 feet over or 10 feet over, and how big we can go it. The plan was originally to make a lot of small terraces, because I wasn't exactly sure, but I was able to make him some pretty large size terraces. I'm actually standing on the smallest one right now, which is 50 by 50. I know the larger terraces over there, we'll go take a look at in a minute. Those are 95 feet long by like 50 feet wide, so pretty big. Let's go take a look at those. So here's the larger of all the terraces, and I mean, again, it's a steep hillside, so I cut into the hillside a good amount. Basically was able, all the cut I used, I was able to fill in and make it nice and flat. I didn't do any laser shooting or anything like that on this job. I mean, look at the view. I know I'm sidetracked, but he just has a gorgeous view after we opened it up. Didn't shoot any laser level on this job because it wasn't for a pad or a building or anything like that. You just needed a level. Have another one, runs all the way along here. Another one right there. That's the one we were just on. And one more small one right here. So he has a good amount. I actually had a few of the neighbors come over and say, how long is this job gonna take? Because they thought it was houses going up. So they thought 1, 2, 3, 6 houses were going up. I said, no, it's just gonna be a massive garden. And they were elated to hear that, because this is a small road, and having big trucks in on here for next year would not be fun for these neighbors. But turned out really good. So last job, or last step of it, I guess, would be just to get the dirt delivered. We'll get the dirt installed. I'll get some cool shots of that, and we'll go from there. One thing I forgot to mention was he's got a lot of caliche here, real hard compact stuff. So one thing we were able to do is come through with a tiller and till up all this sub base to make it nice and fluffy, and it's a good base for him. We are still throwing dirt on top of that, but that's a real big thing, especially for him, for being able to garden. A real nice sub base is going to work good for him. And another thing I'm really happy with is the rock driveway. So it's about 18, well, not driveway, water runoff that you can drive on. It's 18 yards of rock. We were gonna go through 3 to 4 inch, but they didn't have 3 to 4 inch when I ordered it, so they gave me 1 to 2 inch, and it actually worked better. I believe that the 3 to 4 inch would have been hard to drive on. I might actually roll down the hill and not locked in place as good, because we had a few good rains since I put this in, and there's been no washout so far. So I think we're good about that. I always gotta be careful. I always park too close to the edge, and obviously if I'm not careful, I go for a fun little slide. That was actually very loose. Once I get this unloaded, we'll just kind of sit and wait, because, you know, truck drivers, they show up when they feel like it. As long as all 4 loads get here today, I'm happy. But I remember when I put that rock in, truck was supposed to be here in the morning. Showed up at 2:30. I'm not complaining. I'm just glad it got here. Best idea I had to get this bucket off the trailer without having to move the entire trailer. It'll come off. I'm just gonna have to, well, you'll see. No, don't break the strap. Yeah, I can make that work. Dump truck arrived and on time. Today's gonna be a good day. Let's see if he puts it where I told him. Pretty much right where this rock was, which I think he should be able to do pretty good. Very good. Right there's good. Like it. Blocked the road a little bit, but it'll be gone quick. Dumping the rear axle. Trying to get too much in there, but Yeah, a lot's falling in there. I'll make it work. All right. Well, not blocking the road that bad. Yeah, people can still get around if they need to once he moves. All right, I'm gonna. All right, well, I'm gonna go get to work actually.
3 hours later.
Second load just got here, and it's 1 o'clock already. First load got here about 9:30, so we're gonna load every 3.5 hours. So at this rate, I'll get the next load at 4:30, and then the last load at 8:30, 7:30. Either way, it's too late because I stopped trucking at 9, so this should be interesting. Hopefully we get done today.
3 hours later.
Well, if it's one thing the trucking company is, I just woke up from a nap, is consistent. 3.5 hours later, I have my next load. It's 4:30, and he still said there's gonna be one more. So I guess we're finishing the job today, which is good. Last driver I got was, he gave me the ballsy driver. He wants to back the load up there. I advised him against it greatly, and he's about to run into another car. Oh, sweet Jesus. We may watch a semi flip over. I feel like this is a bad idea, but it was his. Ooh, fucking hell. Yeah. Nah, the rocks are slipping out. Yeah, right. They just pulled up and they were facing this way and just dumped it right here. This station's not gonna end. I'll show you. This pin wasn't coming in and out. Got that fixed. Now, this pin isn't coming in and out at all. I took this plate off, cleaned all that up out of it so far, so now I gotta, honestly don't know. I think this front plate or something. I'm gonna start taking things apart and see where I get. Got it fixed. I needed 2 people. I didn't have 2 people, so we used a stick, but basically, take this piece off, just bend it up, and it just got stuck, and I was able to get that little piece just for my jack right through here and tap on it with the hammer, pop it just loose. Where the stick comes into play is this. That's the button. Up, down, up, down. So I had a basically stick the stick in there to keep it activated, so when I hit it, it would pop or come down. But luckily it worked and I can finish the job. So I did not want to come back tomorrow to do this. Remember, there's always a way to do shit yourself, even if it's a 2-person job. Finally got the job finished up. It's only about 8 o'clock, but it turned out really good. Got the extra dirt first pathway. You can really see where the terraces are now. So put down 3 inches of black dirt, and then the mulch on top that I created when I mulched the property. So right there, another big one right there, another one right there, another one right there, another one right there. I mean, look at his view. It's just glorious. Plus, I love the lights on my truck. and that middle light's busted. Okay, so I gotta fix lights on my truck now. But yeah, job is done. No flip dump trucks, which is good. I got a few drone shots. I'll throw those up towards the end, but yeah, he's happy. I'm gonna give him all the drone photos. That's one thing I do for my clients is when I'm doing land clearing, I'll take before and after drone photos. It's good for marketing, and also clients love that. They can show people, you know, what I did and got a few jobs out of it. But yeah, finally got this job all wrapped up after a long day, but glad it's done. I'm glad he's happy with it. See, there's a coyote. Even shows when you're in an urban area, there's still wild animals.